Hello, welcome all to my channel Rendezvous with Dr. Pushpendu Rakshit. Now, I hope all the videos are helpful to you as we are moving ahead with the series of understanding types of cybercrimes. And in this, today we'll be discussing about data diddling, which is a type of cybercrime, and it is happening at every stage or can happen at every stage. So we need to be understanding this in detail. So whenever I see the word data, I understand it is maybe any sort of raw fact figure and which needs some processing in order to be converted into information. And in this case, what I see is diddling denotes altercations. That yes, altercations, my friend. That means making certain changes into the data that we have. Now, as we know, machines do not commit a crime. They are the only ways by which a crime can be committed. So we can say that it is a cyber either enabled or dependent crime that we see. Humans do play a very important role in any sort of cyber crime that exists ever. So that's what we will be seeing in data diddling also. So in this data diddling, we understand that it is one of the most common forms of computer crime where data diddling is an illegal or unauthorized data altercation. Illegal or unauthorized data altercation or false data entry in most often by the data entry clerks or computer virus. So it can be done most of the time by human and also with the help of malicious codes as virus. These changes can occur before and during the data input or before the output is delivered. That means if somebody wants to transact in any financial institute, which comes under a financial crime, the data diddling is also coming under financial crime if at all it is committed by a financial person, where rather than sanctioning 5,000, he sanctions 50,000. Adding addition of a zero, deletion of a zero is also data diddling. Manipulations in the signature or any sort of changes, tampering that is being done is coming under data diddling. These changes, we see that attacker gain access to the database and modifies data within the database. So it is an internal intruder. So somebody is not coming from outside and doing it. It is somebody who is insider. So it is also called as insider intruding or insider intrusion. So somebody present within the organization is actually committing this sort of crime, which is quite commonly seen in financial cases, financial crime cases. Data diddling case have affected banks, payrolls, inventory records, credit records, school transcripts, and virtually all other forms of data processing known. Original information to be entered is changed either by a person typing in the data, a virus that's programmed to change the data, a programmer of the database or application, or anyone else involved in the process of creating, recording, encoding, examining, checking, converting, or transmitting data. So this is what generally we could see that here we are having so many different ways by which this issue can take place. It can be by individual or group who may be behind committing this crime for either making monetary benefits, revenge, or it may be because just they want to have some sort of grudges taking place or some sort of defamation that they want the organization to face later on. It comes to the trust aspect, of course. If it is not just followed out, the rules regulations are not followed out, proper auditing is not done, then these sort of issues do keep coming. Now, in this generally we see that there may be a data manipulation attack that can take place, cause significant damage to the business organization or government department. So here we can see in the figure, we have host A and we have host B. And inside, in between, we can see there is somebody who is called as attacker. That is a passive eavesdropper we call, who is actually has entered into the net, who has actually entered into the network of host A and host B. And this type of attack is also called as man in the middle attack. I repeat, my friends, man in the middle attack. And this sort of attack will be taking in detail in the other part of the series. But just to mention here, we have here man of the middleman on the in the middle attack. That means somebody is transacting. There is somebody who keeps making a change into the entire system. Both A and B may be at time confused, or A sending a sanction of rupees 5,000 may be converted as 50,000, and B sanctions that before it reaches to A. If it is online payment, then the amount will be taken by the attacker because systems are getting hacked. Or it may be any confidential or crucial data where if it is not encrypted, if proper coding is not done to protect the data, then there can be some sort of issues for the same. Next, we see some illustrations related to this. We could see here that first illustration that talks about a person responsible for accounting may change data about themselves, or a friend or a relative showing that they are paid in full. So he may have the nepotism played role there. So he may protect his family members or friends by showing that yeah, it has been done. By altercating all, failing to enter the information, they are able to steal from the enterprise. Even my friends, you have to know that if you are conducting some sort of event in an organization or somewhere where you have been given the treasurer's job, please make sure that you maintain all the details and bills you keep with you, because that is also, you are not tampering anything, but you are trying to hide information, which is also a sort of altercation. So you need to be making it clear that financial matters or any confidential data in that concern, which is sensitive by nature, you need to be protective, you need to be sensible to hold it well. Second example, a keyboard operator processing order at an Auckland, USA department store changes some delivery address and diverted several $1,000s worth of stored goods into the hands of accomplices. So you also, this is also another example where not only money but also changes in the address, changes in the directions or destinations can also make products reach from one place to another, and the original person, I mean the receiver, you may be saying that, oh, because of some problem that you have not received at all. So there may be many issues which may be going on in case of data diddling. So far what we understand in data diddling is any sort of tampering, any sort of altercation in any physical or virtual data is a crime, and as we are talking about cyber crime, so there are more emphasis on virtual. So when you are making any change into any sort of system, then you need to be very much sensible that is, if not accurate, then it is a crime that you are committing. So how to protect yourself from here? So you need to make sure that auditings are done well. You have to keep the trusted people into this, and it is also a subjective matter when I talk about the trust as an issue. So but that it has to be done, and it has to be kept. All the records and sensitive information has to be taken care very properly, and we have to make sure that cross checks and verifications are done properly so that this sort of crimes can be stopped. And there are many different the recent examples also we could see where even the Satyam Infotech had a sort of, it's a money laundering, but it is also through altercation only. And there are many companies who just divert the money from one end to another. Now, I hope this video has been quite helpful to you. So keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and do not forget to press the bell icon and be with us. Keep watching the channel and support us. Thanks a lot.